Alrighty, Phillies Nation. Phillies Nation. Mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What's up, Star Wars? What's going on? Joe, what's good? Joe wants the brooms to be out because he's a Mets fan. He's a diehard Mets fan, but that's okay. We welcome in every single Major League Baseball fan. If you're a fan of any team, we welcome you guys all in. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. If you guys are brand new to my channel, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon as well. We cover Phillies games, Sixers games, Flyers, and Patriots as well. Well, Phillies trying to avoid the sweep today, and, well, it's not going to be so easy because they got to go up against Max Scherzer, who's one of the top pitchers in all of baseball. And he just seems to be getting better with age. He's like fine wine. He just never gets rusty. He just always gets better. And so the Phillies, well, we'll talk about the starting lineup for them today, but Max Scherzer's not going to be an easy out. It's not going to be easy for them to just huddle over him. So we'll get to the lineups, and then we'll talk about the keys to the game. So we'll talk about the lineups first. Let's get into it. All right, so Bryson Stott will be leading things off. Trey Turner's batting second. Bryce Harper hitting third. Nick Castellanos batting fourth. Kyle Schwarber hitting fifth. Brandon Marsh hitting sixth. Cody Clemens batting seventh. Edmundo Sosa eighth. And Garrett Stubbs is batting ninth. So a couple of things to note. So JT Realmuto does have the day off today. Rob Thompson said in his press conference last night that he hasn't had a day off in quite some time, so this was pretty much due for him to have a night off. But even though it's weird because they had a day off like on Monday, I find that to be a little bit odd, but whatever. So JT has the day off, and they have a little bit of a lineup switch with Garrett Stubbs there. The other thing that's really important to note too is Alec Boehm just went on the injured list. He has a hamstring issue according to Corey Seidman. And Drew Ellis just got called up, and he will be his replacement on the roster. Don't know if he's going to get a lot of starting time or not. Probably not, but I think it was just a roster change. But Taijuan Walker will be taking on he will be on the bump for the Phils today, and we'll get over to his stats in just a little bit. But in case you're just joining us, it's Stott, Turner, Harper, Castellanos, Schwarber, Marsh, Clemens, Sosa, and Stubbs. Stott's over at second base. Turner's playing shortstop. Harper's the DH. Castellanos is out in right field. Schwarber's out in left field. The center fielder is Brandon Marsh. First baseman is Cody Clemens. Third baseman is Edmundo Sosa. And behind the plate is Garrett Stubbs. So the Phillies are 25-30. They lost the first two games of this series, and they're trying to avoid a sweep. And the one thing that I just want to see today from the bats is I understand that Max Scherzer is a really good pitcher, but I just want to put up good at-bats. Okay, show some good plate discipline today, and I'll be fine with that. Make him work. Put his pitch count up. That's all we got to do. Make him work, foul off pitches, put the ball in play, and don't let him dominate you the way that he can dominate you. I saw an interesting stat. I don't know where it is. I have it right over here somewhere. Where is it? Oh, yeah, the Phillies in this series, they're hitting 177. Okay? The Phillies are hitting 177 in this series, and not only that, but the current Phillies hitters against Max Scherzer, they're hitting 194 against him. All the hitters combined in the starting lineup are hitting 194 with 73 strikeouts and 15 walks in 180 at-bats. That is awful. We can't have that happen today, man. That is horrendous, and I do not want to see a poor outing from the offense today. The pitching, for the most part, has been doing a pretty good job. The bats, not so much, and that has to change today. So in case you're just tuning in, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the bell icon as well. And yes, so we're just about ready to get started. Max Scherzer is on the mound for the Mets in 8 starts this season. He is 4-2. He's gone 40 2/3 of an inning. He has a 3.54 ERA and 39 strikeouts, only 13 walks issued. in those 40 2/3 of an inning. So he has been having an unbelievable career, and the first batter he's going to face is Bryson Stott. All right, so we are just underway. The first pitch was outside for a ball. Now the game can begin. Yes. 1-0 pitch outside again for ball 2. So Stott this season is hitting .293. He also has 5 homers and 21 RBI. The 2-0 pitch. It looked like it was a little bit low, but nonetheless, it was taken at the knees for a called strike. Get to the defensive lineup in just a few moments. As far as what the Mets have, 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. A 4-seam fastball coming in at 94 miles per hour from Max Scherzer. What is up, Snowman? Thanks for coming on here. I appreciate it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Scherzer in the stretch. The pitch, swing and a miss. Another 94 mile per hour high heater, and there's 1 strikeout by Max Scherzer this afternoon. And he's able to get Bryson Stott. It's funny because he was behind in the count 2-0, Scherzer, and then he went with 2 straight 94 mile per hour fastballs in a row. And Stott could not keep up with it. Here's Trey Turner. Comes up to the plate. The first pitch is on the outside corner for a called strike. Trey's hitting now .236 on the season. .236 with 5 homers and 15 RBI. The 0-1 way up high for ball 1. I mean, like, who would have thunk at this point of the season that his batting average would be so low? 1 ball, 1 strike. Scherzer kicks, steals, in the pitch. Line drive down the third base line. It's a fair ball. And Turner's going to round first. He's going to try to go for second base. And actually, he'll stay put over at first. Star Wars, no spoilers, man. No spoilers, my guy. But Turner does get on with the single. Let me write that. I don't think that he listens. I think that he just like writes in and probably turns off the audio. Here's Bryce Harper in the first pitch, up high for ball 1. All right, I'll do that right now. And I have to make sure that I also update the scoreboard. Harper's up at the plate. He's hitting .315 on the season. Turner's over at first. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Scherzer gets set. Alvarez calls for the signs, and the pitch, a 94 mile per hour fastball taken at the knees for a called strike to Bryce Harper. Harper is 6 for 20 in his career versus Max Scherzer with 2 doubles, 3 homers, and 4 RBI. There we go. Pitch on the outside corner, taken for a strike. Harper did have 2 hits in last night's game. Ended up going 2 for 4. 2 balls, 1 strike. Scherzer gets the signs, throws back over to first, and it's not in time to get Turner. Well, because Turner really hasn't been getting on base a whole lot, he hasn't stolen a lot of bases this season. That's been the other big critique about Trey Turner. Because you know that he can run. 2-1 pitch. Up high and outside for ball 3. Why is this not loading? Nick Castellanos waits on deck. Phillies have 1 out in the top of the first. Turner's over at first base. Stott was the one that struck out. Turner then singled. And here's the 3-1 pitch to Bryce Harper. The kick and the pitch outside and high for ball 4. And that'll put runners at first and second. Phillies were not able to get any runners home with runners in scoring position last night. They had 4 innings, 4 out of their last 5 innings, where they had runners in scoring position. And really runners over at first and second. What is up? What's up, Austin? What is good, Larry? Oops, spoiler. You're funny. You're funny. Here's Castellanos in the first pitch. Is grounded foul right behind the plate. So the Mets are 29-27 coming into today. They're 14-9 at home. The Phillies haven't been so good on the road. They're actually 11-20. Here's Max Scherzer with a 2.73 ERA. It's the lowest ERA, the third lowest ERA, among starting pitchers since 2015. The 0-1 swing and a miss on a slider at 83 miles per hour. Two guys that are below him are Jacob deGrom and Clayton Kershaw. Castellanos hitting .290 this season with 5 homers and 28 RBI. No balls, 2 strikes. Scherzer kicks, steals. And the pitch is down low and outside. It was a slider taken at 83 miles per hour. So Turner's over at second. Harper's at first base. It is scoreless at Citi Field. The Phillies have only been able to get 1 run in this series so far. The 1-2 pitch. Fouled off toward the right field side, and it goes out of play. Snowman says, play-by-play with JJ. I hope I did you proud on Sunday night. You did? You did. You did me very proud. You heard the Shohei Ohtani thing on Sports Illustrated? Oh, boy. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and Scherzer steps off the mound, almost balked, but looked back over to second base to keep Turner in check. Turner, that's his first hit in the first inning since May 17th. That was against the Giants. The 1-2 pitch outside for ball 2. The throw over to third base gets behind the third baseman, and Trey Turner's going to come in to score. Harper goes over to third. That's going to be a throwing error by Francisco Alvarez. They're going to say it was a stolen base, a double steal by Turner and Harper, and then the throwing error by Alvarez. And the Phillies are up 1-0 against the New York Mets. The pitch was down low and outside. Alvarez's throw was way too high. It got over the head of Beatty, and it went out into left field. And Turner came in to score the first run of the ball game. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Castellanos, and a runner at third. And the pitch. There's a high, towering fly ball hit to deep left center field. It'll just stay in the yard. Nimmo comes in to make the catch. Harper tags from third and comes in to score. And it's now 2-0 Phillies on the sacrifice fly by Nick Castellanos. Good piece of hitting by Castellanos, and the Phillies have been playing some small ball, and that's one way to do it. It was a fastball right down the middle of the plate, and Harper was looking over at the home plate umpire as he came in. Here's Kyle Schwarber with nobody on, 2 outs in the top of the first. The Phillies are up 2-0. Schwarber hitting .163 on the season with 13 homers and 27 RBI. The 0-1. That ball's popped up towards shallow left field. Canna can't find it, and finally he does so, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. But the Phillies do strike first on 2 runs thanks to a throwing error by Francisco Alvarez on a stolen base. It was really a double steal by Turner and Harper, and then a sacrifice fly by Nick Castellanos. We go to the bottom of the first. Phillies up 2-0. All righty. So that is a pop out to left field. There we go. That's how we do it, man. I like it. So a stolen base, and a stolen base, run, and a run. Okay. Alrighty, guys. Mets coming up to bat. Let's get to their lineup really quickly. So they got Brandon Nimmo leading things off. He's out in center field. The shortstop is Francisco Lindor. He's hitting second. Jeff McNeil hitting third over at second base. The first baseman, of course, batting cleanup is the polar bear himself, and that's Pete Alonso. Brett Beatty is the third baseman, sitting fifth. The sixth hitter will be Starling Marte, who's out in right field. Former Seattle Mariner and Milwaukee Brewer himself, Daniel Vogelbach, who's the DH, is hitting seventh. Mark Canha is out in left field. He's hitting eighth. He had 4 RBIs in last night's game. And Francisco Alvarez will be hitting ninth. He's back in the lineup today and is behind the plate. So, Nimmo, Lindor, McNeil, Alonso, Beatty, Marte, Vogelbach, Canha, and Alvarez. That is the lineup for the Mets. We sent you some love from our channel Sunday night. Thank you. When I get resituated, I'm gonna get Sunday Night Baseball cranked back up. Hope you tune in. Yeah, dude, I want to collaborate with you. It was so hard to do it on Sunday night for me because I just got back from Maryland, and that was tough. All right, Taijuan Walker's on the bump for the Phils. He's making his 12th start this season, and the first pitch is on the outside corner for a called strike. He will be facing Brandon Nimmo, who will lead things off. It's true. Well, actually, wait. They got home a run with runners in scoring position, but yes, that is a promise too. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch down below the knees and outside for a ball. So Nimmo is hitting .294 this season with 4 homers and 21 RBI. In last night's ball game, he went 0 for 4. 2 balls, 1 strike to Brandon Nimmo. Walker kicks, fires the pitch at the knees on the outside corner for a called strike. And that is taken to make it a 2-2 count. Walker is 4-2 this season with a 5.57 ERA and 43 strikeouts. The pitch fouled off towards the third base side, and it goes out of play. Walker in his last outing went 6 2/3 of an inning against the Atlanta Braves, allowed 10 hits, 3 earned runs, and only had 1 strikeout. 2-2. Line drive out in the left field, and it's caught on a slope by Kyle Schwarber. Hit right on the nose, right to him. And Nimmo lines out, and that is how we start off the bottom of the first. That'll bring up Francisco Lindor. So the Phillies are up 2-0 thanks to it really started out as a 1-out single by Trey Turner. Harper then got on with a walk. Then they tried to do a double steal, and Francisco Alvarez's throw was just over the head of Brett Beatty at third base. So Turner would come in to score, Harper would go over to third, and Castellanos would then hit a sacrifice fly to give the Phillies a 2-0 lead. It's 1 ball, no strikes to Lindor, and he'll line that one out into center field. Marsh on the run, turns over his shoulder, and he makes the catch. Oh, what a play by Brandon Marsh. He caught that one on a line and was able to make a nice catch out of it. He had to go all the way back as he was playing pretty much in. And thankfully he had the sunglasses on to track that thing down all the way. 2 lineouts, and there's 2 gone. That was a nice play. That'll bring up Jeff McNeil. McNeil's been hitting the ball very well for the Mets as of lately. First pitch by Walker. He winds up, and it's outside for a ball. Phillies will have, so when you look at their defensive lineup, Garrett Stubbs is behind the plate. Over at first base is Cody Clemens. The second baseman is Bryson Stott. The 1-0 is taken at the knees for a called strike. Third baseman is Edmundo Sosa. Again, Alec Bohm went on the injured list due to hamstring tightness. Shortstop is Trey Turner. The 1-1 pitch. Down low for ball 2. Then when you take a look at the outfield, you got Kyle Schwarber in left, Brandon Marsh in center, and Nick Castellanos in right field. 2 balls, 1 strike. Walker kicks, steals. The pitch, ground ball over to first base, gobbled up by Clemens, and he'll throw it over to Walker, and Walker wins the race to the bag for out number 3. 1-2-3 go the Mets. We go to the top of the second inning. Phillies up 2-0. don't know why this thing is running out of ink, but it is. Okay. More of a improvement from yesterday. Yep, for sure. So Boehm has hamstring tightness, and he's on the injured list right now. That's what I said. So, but yeah, he's out. He just went on the injured list today. So they actually ended up calling up a guy. His name is Drew Ellis, and they called him up from AAA. He's hitting like 260 this season, but he's probably not going to get a lot of playing time. They just made that as a, yeah. So, Marsh and Castellanos are plus defenders. We need Schwarber to DH. I mean, we need Bryce Harper to DH right now. We don't need him to take the field, but I understand what you're saying. We honestly, in all honesty, man, if this team could just hit, like we knew that defense was going to be a problem, the team just has to hit. That's what it comes down to, Larry. They're not hitting. They're really not. They're not hitting with runners in scoring position, and that is why we are. That's the main reason why we're at where we are. That's what it comes down to. Yeah. Alrighty, guys. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. I hope all is well. We do every single Phillies game for the most part. We also do Sixers basketball, Flyers hockey, and Patriots football. After this game, tonight we'll have our Phillies series recap, so I encourage you all to please join the Discord server, because I want to hear what your thoughts are about this series in general. We'll be going on at 8 o'clock tonight, and we'll talk about the series overall, and I'd like to hear what your opinions are. So please join the voice chat, and make sure that you join the Discord server down below as well. Yep. Okay, so Brandon Marsh comes up. It'll be Marsh, Clemens, and Sosa in this top of the second inning. The first pitch was out on the outside corner. The second pitch by Scherzer is inside and high, but check swing by Marsh. Grounds it over to second base, gobbled up by McNeil. Throw over across the diamond will get Marsh out. It was a high and inside pitch, and I thought that Marsh was just going to take it all the way, but that's really just been a summary of why the Phillies have been not hitting the ball so well, because they're chasing pitches and they're not being disciplined at the plate. It's things like that. One out, and Cody Clemens comes up, and he swings and misses at the first pitch. It was a four-seam fastball coming in at 93 miles per hour. The 0-1 on the outside corner for a called strike. The Mets are actually 6-2 when Scherzer pitches, and he is 4-2 on the season. The 0-2 pitch, up high and outside for a ball. Scherzer has given up 1 run or less in 5 out of his last 8 starts this season for the Mets. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. A 95-mile-per-hour fastball that was up high and inside, and Scherzer gets his second strikeout of the afternoon. Scherzer in his last 8 starts versus the Phillies is actually 5-1 with a 2.35 ERA, and in his 46 innings of work, batters are hitting 247 off of him, and they have also struck out 57 times. Edmundo Sosa will step into the batter's box, and he takes the first pitch outside for a ball. So Sosa homered in last night's game to give the Phillies a 1-0 lead in the top of the third, and that was quickly erased on a 2-run home run by Mark Hanna. The pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. Sosa's playing for Alec Boehm, who just went on the injured list today with a hamstring issue, and hopefully he'll be back soon. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Swing and a miss on a ball that was right down Broad Street at 95 miles per hour. That makes the count 1-2. 2 outs in the top of the second inning. Scherzer in the stretch. The pitch. Change up that was inside and low. Edmundo is hitting .261 this season with a .420 slugging percentage, 4 homers, and 12 RBI. 3 seconds left on the pitch clock. Scherzer winds up, kicks, steals, swing and a miss. 96 miles per hour on the gun by Max Scherzer. Back-to-back Ks. And we go to the bottom of the second inning. 1-2-3 go the Phils, but they are still up 2-0. Righty. Alex, what's up, Alex? Thanks for coming on here. Alex, also thank you for subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it. I hope all is well. I hope you're all having yourselves an awesome afternoon. We come on here for almost every single Phillies game. We also do 76ers basketball, Flyers hockey, and Patriots football as well. We started this channel 5 months ago. For those of you that do not know me, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. Not only do we do play-by-play casts on here, but we also have a Phillies series recap pod as well. And then we also have podcasts for the Sixers, and we'll be having a Flyers podcast finally tomorrow, and we'll be able to talk about Keith Jones. We are also going to go on for a Sixers podcast tonight to talk about what Nick Nurse had to say in his press conference, his opening press conference for the Sixers. That's actually supposed to air this afternoon. But yes, so we'll be doing that. But yeah, I hope you're all doing well, and I hope you're all having yourselves an awesome afternoon. I'm a Mets fan. Ooh, you're a Mets fan? We welcome all fans on here, man. You know what I'm saying? Like we welcome all fans on here, as long as you don't bash us too hard. You know, we don't bash the Mets too hard on here. You know, so definitely enjoy your time. And please, let me know if I'm giving, fair analysis on both sides, because that's what I truly care about. You know, because I don't want to just be a homer, you know what I'm saying? I'll get energized, when it comes to Phillies, plays and stuff like that, but I want to make sure that I'm accurate. And if you just subscribe to my channel, don't forget to shout yourself out, because then I'll give you a shout out. All right, the Polar Bears up at the plate. No balls, 1 strike. Walker back out there for a second inning of work. The 0-1 fouled off towards the third base dugout. Pete Alonso this season is hitting .238 with a .552 slugging percentage, 20 home runs, and 46 RBI. Been seeing the ball very well. The 0-2 pitch, outside and low. He is one of those Phillies killers that when he gets red hot, he can do a whole lot of damage to the Phillies. That's for sure. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Alonso. The kick and the pitch. Ground ball fouled. And it was actually off the foot of Pete Alonso. So Garrett Stubbs is behind the plate today for the Phils. He had something in his eye. I think the ball may have gotten a piece of him, and now the trainer's going to come out and got a piece of his left eye when he was trying to take the mask off. And the trainer's going to go out there just to make sure that he's all right. Okay, here he comes. And the home plate umpire signals for him just to come on out. They have a close-up of Garrett Stubbs, and it's just grabbing onto the bottom of his left eye. Just trying to pull it up. I don't know if they're going to give him eye drops or what, but Taijuan Walker is taking a knee just in respect for him. And Stubbs will shake things off, and everybody's going to go back to their spots. Stubbs says that he's all right. The trainer came out with a towel, and he'll go back into the Phillies dugout as well. So we're here in the bottom of the second inning. The Phillies lead 2-0. They were able to score their first run. It was actually on a double steal by Turner and Harper, and then a throwing error on the play to try to get Turner out. It was on Francisco Alvarez, and Turner would then score. Harper would then go over to third, and then Harper would score on a sac fly by Nick Castellanos. 1-2 pitch was fouled off. That was down the left field line. Walker gets set, kicks, steals. The next pitch is inside. He went with a splitter at 88 miles per hour. That'll even the count at 2-2. A beautiful day at Citi Field. Not a cloud in the sky. A whole lot of sun. Pitch. Inside and low for ball 3. That'll make the count full. On deck is Brett Beatty. Walker trying to get out of this at-bat here as Alonso's been putting up a pretty good fight. Alonso did take a quick step out of the batter's box, but now gets right back in. The payoff pitch by Walker. Outside and low for ball 4. Good take by Pete Alonso. And he gets on in the bottom of the second inning with a leadoff walk. That's the first base runner allowed by Taijuan Walker. So the tying run will come up to the plate. That'll be Beatty. Pitch number 1 to Beatty is outside again. As Walker has been having a couple of issues of finding the strike zone. 1 ball, no strikes to Beatty, who's hitting .239 on the season and is playing over at third base for the Mets. The next pitch, another pitch that was way outside, not even close to the plate. A splitter. The count is 2-0. So Alonso's over at first base. He got on with a walk. He actually has 27 walks now on the season, which is tied for first on the team. 2-0 pitch. Foul down the right field line. In case you're wondering, he is tied with Brandon Nimmo, who was 27. Two balls, one strike to Beatty. Walker on the bump. 23 pitches in just an inning so far. The pitch. Ground ball over to second base. Stott throws over to second to Turner. There's one, and they're just going to get the lead runner. That's it. That'll go as a 4-6 fielder's choice. And there's one out. Good play by Bryson Stott just to try to get the lead runner. As Alonso was out at second base, he had enough time to make the throw over there, but with the way Beatty was hustling down the line, they weren't going to get a double play. Starlin Marte's due up for the Mets. 1 out, and Beatty's over at first. First pitch is inside and high. One ball, no strikes. Walker looks back over at first, throws over to first, and it's not in time. One ball, no strikes. The pitch, swing and a miss. Good splitter thrown by Walker at 88 miles per hour. So, it's 1-1. Pitch, ground ball over to third base. It's fair, and the throw over to first was a little bit high, but it's in time. Good job by Clemens to make sure that his foot was on the bag. Beatty goes over to second base. Sosa did everything that he could. The throw was just a little bit high, and the Mets may want to challenge this to see if Clemens' foot was on the bag and if Marte beat that one out. Let's see here. Yep, I think he may be out. Yep, they won't challenge it. It was out by less than, it It was at probably like by a quarter of a step. Good play, though, by Cody Clemens. And Daniel Vogelbach will step into the batter's box. And he takes the first pitch up high and outside. Daniel's hitting .219 on the season with 2 homers and 13 RBI. Beatty's over at second base. He got on with a fielder's choice ground out. The pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. Mets are 29-27 coming into today. They're 14-9 at home. They've already won the series against the Phillies and have continued to dominate since last season. 1-1 pitch. Line drive down the right field line. That was a rocket, but thankfully it's foul. Whew. Vogelbach certainly has a lot of power in that bat. Daniel has 23 hits and 105 at-bats so far this season. He's also struck out 33 times. 1-2 pitch. Line drive out to left center field, and Marsh on the run tracks it down. He makes the catch for out number 3. 1-2-3 go the Mets again. Actually, it wasn't even a 1-2-3 inning. Sorry about that. But we go to the top of the third. Phillies still up 2-0. Ugh. Alrighty, guys. Let me take a very, very quick step off. I'm going to just stretch for a quick second. I'll be right back. Ready. Cool. Nice stuff. How many people we got on here? We got 22 people on here. Nice. I hope all is well, guys. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon. If you guys would like to donate to the channel, we've been doing this for 5 months. You guys don't have to donate, but you can definitely do so if you'd like to. We do take PayPal, and we take Venmo as well. So that the links to those are in the LINKTREE, where you can also follow me on all my social media platforms that are out there as well, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Twitch, on all those other platforms. So that would be awesome if you guys could do that. Garrett Stubbs will lead things off in the top of the third, and he takes the first pitch at the knees for a called strike. Stubbs hitting .226 on the season with 2 RBI. Still is looking for his first home run. No balls, 1 strike. Stubbs shows bunt, and the throw over to first is not in time. And Stubbs gets on with an infield single. Just was able to beat it out. Stott comes up, and the first pitch is down low for a ball. So Stott struck out in the first to start things off. Scherzer with the pitch. Foul bat towards the screen. Again, I'm just going to remind you guys, no spoilers in the chat, please. 1 ball, 1 strike to Bryson Stott. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. Pitch. Ground ball over to first base. The throw over the second. There's one. The throw back to first is just in time for a 3-6-3 double play. Wow. Stott was just out, and Thompson is thinking about challenging this. Let's see here. Stott will stay over at first base. Nope, he's going to come back. Okay, so they won't even challenge it. What a nice pick by Pete Alonso, and the throw back over to second base to get the runner out at second, and Lindor made a good throw over to first. Stott did hustle. He certainly tried everything that he could, but there's 2 outs and nobody on. Stubbs having a little conversation with Rob Thompson. And the first pitch to Trey Turner is grounded foul. So Stott grounded into a 3-6-3 double play. Okay. Stubbs got on with the bunt single. Okay. What's up, Mitch? Thanks for coming on here, dude. I appreciate it. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch is down below the knees for a ball. Guys, make sure that you go follow the Hardcore Sports Network and go follow Mitch Kofsky, too. Mitch has been putting out some awesome content in regards to the Sixers and a whole lot of stuff about the Eagles as well. Please make sure that you do that. 2 balls, 1 strike. Turner at the plate. The pitch by Scherzer is down below the knees for another ball. Scherzer already has 41 pitches. And he's given up 2 runs that were scored in the top of the first by the Phillies. 3 balls, 1 strike. Next pitch is fouled back, and Turner is able to stay alive. So the Phillies were able to... Actually, Turner was able to start the rally. He got on with a single in the first with 1 out. Harper would then walk, and then they would try to do a double steal. Turner got over to third, and the throw was high by Alvarez. He would then score on the throwing error, and then Castellanos would end up getting the sac fly to score Harper. Turner with the 3-2 pitch. It swung on and missed for strike 3, and Max Scherzer is able to get strikeout number 4 on the afternoon. No runs, and we go to the bottom of the third. Phillies still are up 2-0 against the Mets. Thanks for reminding me. What did I remind you of? To go subscribe to Mitch Kofsky's channel? Yes, please do that. Definitely. We got 25 awesome people on here. I'm sure that not all of you have subscribed and liked to the channel. So, yes. Nice going, Trey. I feel you on that. There we go. Cool stuff. Turner, 12 walks and 60 strikeouts. I know. Oh, boy. All right. What are we doing? So now we're going to the bottom of the third. All right, so who's up? So it'll be Canna, Alvarez, and Nimmo that are due up for the Mets now. Let's make sure that we have this on. There we go. All right, cool. So Mark Canna, who's up at the plate, hit a 2-run home run in last night's game. Actually drove in all 4 RBI for the Mets. He also had a 2-run single as well to give them some insurance. That was all that they needed. The Phillies have only scored 1 run in the series. First pitch to Canna is grounded up the middle. Gobbled up by Turner. Sidearm throw to first is in time for out number 1. Star Wars spoiler, Vader is Luke's father. Larry, you're so funny, man. You really are. You crack me up, my guy. You really do. All right, here's Francisco Alvarez, and he grounds the first pitch over to third. Sosa throws on the run over to first in time for out number 2. Good play by Sosa and a really good pitch by Walker. The one thing that I notice about Walker today is that a lot of the pitches that he's throwing off-speed pitches, but he's really just controlling the strike zone. And that's something that he hasn't really been too consistent with. You know, he's a ground ball type of a pitcher. He's not going to strike out a lot of batters. But as long as he can, utilize those off-speed pitches and throw them in the right spots, have pretty good pitching sequences, the Phillies should get a really good outing out of him. He knows that you're kidding. Brandon Nimmo is up at the plate, and the 1-0 is taken down low and outside for ball 2. Brandon Nimmo today is 0 for 1. He lined out to left field to start off the bottom of the first. Walker kicks, steals, and the next pitch is up high and outside for ball 3. Three balls, no strikes. Walker kicks, steals, and the next pitch is up high for ball 4, and Nimmo takes it for ball 4 and actually ran over to first base as soon as as soon as the pitch was thrown. So Taijuan Walker is now 30 years old. He's from Shreveport, L.A. He'll now face Francisco Lindor, who's batting on the left side of the plate. Walker played 4 seasons with the Seattle Mariners, as Lindor does call for time here. Started off in 2013, and then he played 3 years with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Then went back to Seattle during 2020. Got traded to the Toronto Blue Jays, and it was also with the Mets for 2 years from 2021 and 2022, and is now with the Phillies on a 4-year, $72 million contract. 1 ball, no strikes to Francisco Lindor. 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Phillies lead 2-0. Pitch outside again for ball 2, and Garrett Stubbs wants to go out there to talk things over and have a conversation with Walker. Something doesn't look right, according to Garrett Stubbs, so just wants to make sure that everything's fine. Sosa joins the conversation as well. There's Rob Thompson and Caleb Cotham in the dugout talking next to each other with their sunglasses on. And everybody will go back to their spots now. Forgot to also mention the crew chief for today's game. Tripp Gibson's behind the plate. The first base umpire is Edwin Jimenez. Over at second base is Edwin Moscasco. And the third base umpire is Chris Guccione. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch at the knees, a cutter at 87 miles per hour. And that's taken for a strike. Lindor lined out to center field his first time up. The 2-1 pitch is outside again for ball 3. Certainly don't want to walk Lindor because it doesn't get easier. You face McNeil, Alonso, and then Beatty. It's tough. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. The pitch up high and outside for ball 4, and that's now back-to-back walks issued by Taijuan Walker. That's his 3rd walk that he has issued today. Walker coming into today, well, when you take a look at his stats overall, He had only walked one batter his last time out against the Braves. He did give up 10 hits, but he's given up 23 on the season. First pitch to McNeil, outside and low. It actually looked like it was a strike. He just did not get the call there on the curveball. Jeff today is 0 for 1. McNeil chokes up on his bat, batting on the left side. The 1-0 pitch on the outside corner. That time it looked like it was a ball, but Tripp Gibson says otherwise. And it's 1-1. Hope you're all having yourselves an awesome afternoon. You're live for the Phillies Mets game, in case you're just tuning in. 1-1 pitch, ground ball, foul down the first base line. The polar bear waits on deck. He walked. He was the first guy to get on for the Mets this afternoon. Mets have not gotten a hit today. They've gotten on with 3 walks. There's runners over at first and second. The 1-2 pitch to McNeil is outside, a 93-mile-per-hour fastball. And Walker misses his spot again. Just try to calm down a little bit and just, maybe throw a little off-speed pitch here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch, that's slapped out to center field. Marsh on the run, dives, and he's not able to get over there. The ball does slip in front of him. The throw over to home plate is off the line. And now it's 2-1 on the RBI single by Jeff McNeil. Going over to third base will be Francisco Lindor. And Nimmo comes in to score, and it's now 2-1. It was a hanging breaking ball, and McNeil was just able to make some good contact, and Marsh actually almost thought about sliding, and at the very last second decided not to. And here is where trouble comes as Pete Alonso comes up to the plate with runners at the corners. The tying run is over at third base, and the go-ahead run is at first. Phillies lead 2-1 against the Mets. Swing and a miss on the first pitch by Taijuan Walker on the cutter at 89 miles per hour. Walker has only 48 pitches in just 2 2/3 of an inning. Can he try to escape the inning? The 0-1 outside, good take all the way by Alonso. Pete is hitting .283 with runners in scoring position and has 4 homers and 24 RBI. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. The 1-1 pitch popped up behind the plate towards the first base side. Now it goes, and it will find the seats. That thing blew all the way over towards the right side, and Alonso got way underneath it. It's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. The one thing that I've always respected about Pete Alonso is that he's always stood up to bullying. And this is a guy that has really faced it at all levels and has donated a lot of money to different causes for bullying. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Taijuan Walker struck out Pete Alonso, and that'll do it as we go to the top of the 4th inning. 1 run, though, on the RBI single by Jeff McNeil, but that's it. Phillies up 2-1 against the Mets. It's also the first strikeout of the day. Oh, yeah. He actually, I wrote this down yesterday. Let me see if I have this with me. So, in case you didn't know, where is that? I had it right here. There it is. So, I was doing some research yesterday, and according to FangirlSportsNetwork.com, and a couple of other sources too, but this is where I saw it, Alonso actually donated $1 million of his 2019 Home Run Derby championship money that he got. He donated some of that money to the Wounded Warriors Project and the Tunnels to Towers Foundation because veterans have really been something that's been like near and dear to his heart because his two grandfathers actually served in the military, and he also joined forces in 2019 with No Bully and DoSomething.org to help their campaign against cyberbullying because he's faced that at all levels. And he even talked about in an article that I read that he and his and his girlfriend, who were dating at the time, like when they were in college, were having like a long distance relationship, and his teammates actually were, bullying him because of that. And, he developed a lot of anxiety from it. So, it's really interesting. Like, you don't know about people's backstories, and when you find out these things and you really, like, dig in and you do your research, it gives you a whole different perspective about their life, and about how baseball and sports can help them escape, but how they also have to battle through adversity every day, and they're just like you and me. They're human. So, yeah. Bryce Harper comes up to the plate, and he swings and misses at the first pitch by Max Scherzer. So, that's the one thing I really do try to also implement on here is just stories, about people's backgrounds and that type of stuff, because I think that that's really important. The 0-1 pitch is grounded back up towards Max Scherzer. Scherzer plays it on a hop and throws over to first in time for out number 1. You call him a polar bear? Shame on you. That's his nickname. Oh, man. That's his nickname. That's what they call him. He's accepted it. Like, he likes it, apparently, so. But, yeah. All right, here's Nick Castellanos. Castellanos had a sac fly in the first inning. Phillies lead 2-1. The pitch on the outside corner was actually a ball. Oh, yeah. No, he's accepted that as his nickname. Like, he loves it. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch to Castellanos is taken at the knees all the way for a called strike. Castellanos started off his career with Dave Dombrowski, the current president of baseball operations for the Phillies. 2-1 pitch is fouled off. Was drafted by the Detroit Tigers when Dombrowski was with the Tigers. And he got traded eventually after a couple of seasons or so to the Chicago Cubs. And then later, after that season was done, after he was traded, signed a deal with the Cincinnati Reds. 2-2 pitch. Foul ball, but the bat goes flying, and it goes right above the Phillies dugout. Oh, it actually went into the tunnel. I thought it went above the dugout, but nope, it went all the way to the tunnel. Yikes, look out. Oh, yeah, for sure. Then, after he was, after he played for the Reds for a couple of seasons, then he signed a big contract with the Phillies in last year's off season. This is his second season with the Phils. So not last season's off season. It was the season before that's off season. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The kick and the pitch by Scherzer inside for ball 3. So that makes the count full at 3-2. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Scherzer kick steals the pitch. Line drive out to left field, and it's going to drop in for a base hit right in front of Canna. Castellanos rounds first, and he will pump the brakes and stay put over at first base with a 1-out single. 2 productive at-bats by Nick Castellanos. That's what you like to see. Took that pitch out to left field. It was a hanging breaking ball. And that'll bring up Kyle Schwarber now. Schwarber's hitting 162 with 13 home runs and 27 RBI. And check swing. Did he go? The third base umpire says yes, he did. Chris Guccione says he went around, and I thought that he checked his swing. Maybe that was a little bit closer. I think he may have checked it, but it was close. Pretty close. Nonetheless, it's no balls, 1 strike. Castellanos over at first base. Phillies lead 2-1 in the top of the 4th. The 0-1 is outside and a tad bit high. So Max Scherzer will be 39 years old on July 27th. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock, and the 1-1 pitch. It's grounded foul. And that'll make the count 1-2. Scherzer is 6'3". He weighs 208 pounds. He's from St. Louis, Missouri. Spent a lot of seasons with the Detroit Tigers, then the Washington Nationals, and then was traded along with Trey Turner to the Dodgers. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Next pitch, swing and a miss. A cutter at 88 miles per hour. And Schwarber strikes out. That's now 5 strikeouts by Max Scherzer. It's funny because, like, when you look at the all-time greats of like the major sports today, like you talk about like the LeBron Jameses, the Sidney Crosbys, right? Max Scherzer has to be in that discussion too, along with Justin Verlander and Aaron Rodgers. First pitch to Marsh, swing and a miss. A throw over to first by Alvarez is not in time to get Castellanos. I agree with that. I thought that too. I thought that too. You make a good point. No balls, 1 strike to Brandon Marsh. 57 pitches by Scherzer so far. The pitch. That is taken all the way for a strike on a curveball at 75 miles per hour. Saw a tweet a couple of weeks ago that Max Scherzer and Justin Verlander were pitching both ends of a doubleheader. And that was the first time that 3 Cy Young pitchers, or that a Cy Young Award winner 3 times, has pitched both ends of a doubleheader since 2007. And the last time to do that, that was the Mets had Yoan Santana. I forget who the other person was, but that was a really cool stat. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball back up the middle for a base hit, and Marsh gets on with a single. Castellanos goes over to third, and the throw is cut off over at shortstop by Francisco Lindor. That'll put runners at the corners. Damn, now I have to find out who that was. Pedro Martinez. It had to have been Pedro Martinez. Yep. I was right. Pedro Martinez and Yoan Santana. All right. Cody Clemens is coming up to the plate now. 1 ball, no strikes. Phillies have runners at first and third. They lead 2-1. They scored both of their runs in the first inning. Turner singled, Harper then walked, and then Turner and Harper then double stole. And Alvarez's throw over to third base to try to get Turner was off the line. And Turner would come in to score. Harper would then advance over to third, and then he would score on a sacrifice fly by Nick Castellanos. The 1-0 pitch swung on and missed. Count is even at 1-1. Marsh over at first base and over at third for the Phillies is Well, the next pitch is fouled off. It's Castellanos. There we go. Why did I blank out on that? 1-2 strikes as the next pitch was fouled off. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock. 2 outs in the top of the 4th. Scherzer kicks, steals, winds up in the pitch. Foul back again. Marsh was going over to second base, and he has to jog all the way back to first. 64 pitches by Scherzer. Scherzer actually, people forget about this, but he actually got his start with the Arizona Diamondbacks in 2008. Played 2 seasons with them in 2008 and 2009, and then he spent 5 seasons with the Tigers and then 6 with the Nationals. 7, I should say. 1-2 pitch by Scherzer. Ground ball gobbled up over at second base by McNeil. The throw across the diamond to first is in time for out number 3. Phillies leave a runner in scoring position again. They actually left runners at the corners, and we go to the bottom of the 4th, but the Phillies still are up 2-1. Alrighty. What's up, man? What's up, Dave? Clemens needed the hit. Yep, I agree with that. That's for sure. All right, guys, we're going to take a sip of coffee. Okay. Alrighty, guys. I'm going to take a very quick step off. Let me go stretch for a quick second, and then I'll be right back. Alrighty, we're back, guys. If you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. We cover Phillies games, Sixers games, Patriots games, and Flyers games. We appreciate you all so much for coming on here. Walker back out there for his 4th inning of work. Brett Beatty will lead things off. He grounded into a fielder's choice his last time up. It's no balls, 1 strike. The pitch inside for ball 1. 91-mile-per-hour sinker. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball over to second base. Picked off by Stott, and the throw over to first. It was a little toss. It's in plenty of time, and there's 1 gone. So when you take a look at the amount of ground balls that Walker has been able to throw as Starling Marte comes up to the plate, let's see here. So he's had already 5 ground ball outs, as the first pitch is down low for a ball. And he also was able to have 3 flyouts as well. 1-0 pitch inside for ball 2. Wait, let's see if that's correct. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 groundouts. Marte with the next pitch, he gets hit. Gets hit by a pitch. And Taijuan Walker gives up another base runner. Yikes. Hit him on the left shoulder. Oof. Standing on the right side of the batter's box, and that thing is coming at you at 92 miles per hour. It's trying to massage that left shoulder. Marte, talk about a guy that's had a lot of deaths in the family. And that's a guy that lost his mom when he was 9 and was raised by his grandma. Vogelbach is up at the plate. Walker throws back over to first to try to get Marte, and that's not in time. And then his wife passed away. That was back in 2021. Then a couple of years after that, around the same time his wife passed away, his grandma died. So, but he's been in the leagues for a very long time, as the pitch is up high for a ball. But he's been somebody that's battled through a lot of adversity. 1-0 pitch, taken down low. Starlin Marte goes over to second base. The throw gets a little bit away from Garrett Stubbs. I think Stubbs took his eye off the ball and tried to make a throw in play, and that's why it got right on by him. But Marte will just stay put over at second base. Yep, that's what happened. That's exactly what happened. So Marte steals second. 2-0 pitch to Vogelbach. Outside and low again for ball 3. So the count is now 3-0 to Vogelbach, who is 2 homers on the season, along with 13 RBI. 2 balls, 1 strike. Oh, that's what they call it. Okay. Pitch down low for ball 3. Okay, now we got it right. So the second pitch was called a strike. So Marte, when you take a look at the amount of stolen bases he has, as the next pitch is on the outside corner for a called strike 2. Starling Marte has 16 stolen bases. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Phillies up 2-1 against the Mets. The pitch. Pop fly out in the left field. It's not that deep or anything. Schwarber gets underneath it, and he makes the catch. All right. That'll bring up Mark Canha to the plate. Marte is over at second base. Pitch down low for a ball. A sinking fastball at 90 miles per hour. How many people we got on here, guys? If you guys haven't done so already, please make sure that you like and subscribe and hit the bell icon. We got 23 awesome people on here. I really appreciate that, guys. The 1-0 by Walker. Taken right down the middle for a called strike. A sinking fastball at 90 on the gun. Oh, you guys are such Debbie Downers. But I understand. 1-1 pitch. Inside for ball 2. I get it. I understand. 13 seconds left on the pitch clock. Marte's over at second base. The pitch. Low again. Count is 3-1. We're realists. Like I said, pitchers have to step up. Hitters have to step up, man. It's the hitting. 3-1 pitch. There's a high fly ball drilled to deep left field, and that ball is not coming back. Mark Canha, that's his second day in a row that he's hit a 2-run home run, and the Mets take the lead 3-2. Wow. Pitch right down the middle. Canna squared it up, and it was out in a heartbeat. He just has a hot bat lately. That's got to wake up to, man. Francisco Alvarez comes up to the plate, and he fouls the first pitch off of his right shin. Oof, man. So the Mets are up 3-2 on the 2-run home run by Marcana. Alvarez grounded out his last time up. He is hitting in the 9th spot today. Grounded out to third base. Alvarez has 28 hits and 108 at-bats, along with 8 homers and 19 RBI. The pitch, down low and outside. Over the last 7 days, Francisco Alvarez is 6 for 21 with 2 homers and 6 RBI, and has a .286 batting average. 1-1 pitch is down low and outside. This is a guy who I got to see him play at the minor league level. And I knew that with the power in the bat, he had a lot of potential. The pitch, inside. A splitter at 86 miles per hour. Nobody on, 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. The Mets just retook the lead on a 2-run home run by Marcana. Pitch. Again, that's taken at the knees for a called strike. I just drew my phone and cracked it when you said he homered. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. 3-2 pitch. Ground ball fouled right to the left side of home plate. On deck is Brandon Nimmo, who lined out to left field and walked. Walker has 73 pitches. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Oh, he swung at ball 4. It was way inside, and it could have hit him. But that'll do it. All right, so the Phillies go to the top of the 5th. They now trail 3-2 against the Mets on a 2-run home run by Marcana. And we go to the top of the 5th. Okay. Yeah, that was a bad pitch. Phillies need to be fixed. I know. Look, we're going to talk more about it tonight. We will. Trust me. We'll let out our frustration tonight. I'm really trying to, hold it together. Because this is my broadcasting side of me. But you guys have a right to be frustrated. I'm not saying that you guys don't. But I have to keep it together. Let's look at some scores. Blue Jays are up 3-0 against the Brewers. Phillies, in case you didn't know, are down 3-2. Padres are up 3-1 against the Marlins. Those are pretty much the scores that we have as of right now. In case you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to like. Do not forget to subscribe. Take this time right now to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel, man. I put out all this content, and the best thing that you guys can do for me is make sure that you do that. Oh, Larry's way beyond frustrated. I know. But it's tough. Haha, man, you do a great job of what you do, Phillies all day. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I really do. Trust me, tonight we are going to let a lot of things out, for sure. We definitely are. Absolutely. But yeah, so please smash the like button, subscribe as well. Yeah, man, this team is hard to watch. That's why you should listen. That's why you should just listen, man. Just listen. You don't have to always watch. Sometimes it's just good to listen to these games, Sometimes, like, I'm not even kidding, like, when I say this, sometimes, like, I'll literally just, like, not even, like, watch the game, and I'll just tune in. And I feel a lot better just by doing that because I'm not using as many senses. It's like listening to music, you know? No balls, 1 strike to Edmundo Sosa. 66 pitches by Scherzer, and the 67th one is a called strike as well. All right. Sosa struck out in the 2nd inning. The 0-2 pitch by Scherzer. Good take by Edmundo Sosa on the curveball that was low and away. So the Phillies are wrapping up their series at Citi Field, and then, well, it's on to the next series. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch, it's popped up towards the third base side in foul territory. Beatty has enough room, and he catches it for out number 1. And there is 1 gone in the top of the 5th inning. So after this game is done, the Phillies, well, they go to Washington. And they will face the Nationals tomorrow night at 7:05 p.m. Eastern Time. First pitch to Garrett Stubbs is swung on and missed for a strike. 1 out, nobody on. So they play the Nationals at 7:05 tomorrow. Then they play at 4:05 on Saturday, and then 1:35 on Sunday. We will be on for Friday night and Saturday afternoon's games. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch fouled back towards the screen. I was living in Montana for a year, and there's nothing to listen to a Phillies game. Made me feel at home. Oh, thank you, man. That's an honor. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Oh, man, Max Scherzer is able to get another strikeout. That's his 6th strikeout that he's had today. And there's 2 gone as Garrett Stubbs strikes out. Boy, oh boy, he is now feeling himself. This is what Mad Max does. Here's Bryson Stott, who's 0 for 2 today. He is struck out and grounded into a double play. First pitch. It's taken at the knees for a called strike. Alrighty, so the 0-1 pitch is popped up out to right field, in shallow right field that is. On the run is Nimmo, and he makes the catch in center field for the 3rd and final out of the inning. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Phillies down 3-2. All right, I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. Yo, I'm literally on YouTube and I see that we have 23 people on here and we only have 13 likes. Come on, man. We're better than that, man. That's disrespectful. We got to make sure that we like it up on here. We got to get more people to join the JJ family. You know what I'm saying? We got to do that. We can't be striking out. The Phillies are already striking out a lot today. And they've been striking out a lot. So you know what I'm saying? We got to be on top of our A game too. That includes me. I got to be on my A game. But yes, make sure that you like and make sure that you subscribe. I didn't mean it in a harsh way like that. I was just trying to kind of like tie two things together. But no, that's the whole point. Take this time right now and make sure that you like and subscribe. All right, Matt Strom comes in, and well, Taijuan Walker's day is done. Strom has thrown in 14 games this season. He has a 4-3 record. He's 1-2 in save opportunities. And he will face Jeff McNeil. Or Brandon Nimmo, I should say. Nimmo, Lindor, then McNeil. There we go. Phillies down 3-2 as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. So Walker's day is done. He got through 4 innings of work, allowed 3 earned runs, and it was definitely time for the Phillies to pull the plug. First pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. Hey, chat, we should form a team. We could beat the Phillies. Why not? We got to get the likes up. We got to get the likes up first, though, because we got to show off our firepower. You know what I'm saying? And we need more people to participate in the chat. That's what this is for. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Ground ball right through the hole into right field for a base hit. And Nimmo was able to get on with a single. That's his 2nd time that he has gotten aboard today. So Nimmo singles. And that's how we lead off the bottom of the 5th inning. Here's Francisco Lindor, who's batting on the right side. Lindor, I gotta tell you, his whole backstory is really interesting to me too. First pitch, it's taken at the knees for a called strike. We'll get to it in just a few seconds, but I wanted to make sure that we talked a little bit about how he's been doing on the season. No balls, 1 strike. Matt Strom on the bump for the Phils. The pitch, swing and a foul ball. So Lindor over his last 7 days has 5 hits and 26 at-bats, 3 homers and 27 RBI. He's now 29 years old. He has a .223 batting average, 10 home runs, and 40 RBI. No balls, 2 strikes. Strom looks back at first base to keep Nimmo in check. The 0-2 pitch outside and high for a ball. So Lindor is the only Latino player with a signature shoe. Okay? As the 1-2 pitch is fouled back. He's just 1 out of 3 Latino players in Major League history to receive his own shoe, and he's the first in the last 2 decades. Okay, the other 2 were Sammy Sosa, and the other one was Roberto Clemente. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch by Strom. Ground ball over to shortstop, bobbled by Turner. He throws over to second base, and I don't think it's going to be in time. Is it in time? The second base umpire says no, as the ball almost got away from Stott. And now the Phillies might want to challenge this. Rob Thompson is thinking about putting the headsets on, and they might do that. Man, Turner just another really bad defensive play by Trey Turner. And the pitch got just behind. I think that Stott's saying that his elbow actually still was on second base as soon as he caught the ball from Turner. And they are going to challenge this, the Phillies, but nonetheless, that was just an awful play by Trey Turner. He could not field the ground ball properly. He bobbled it, and he had to improvise on the fly. He made the right He had the right idea to throw it over to second base, but the throw was wide, And Stott did everything that he possibly could to just keep his elbow on the bag as he tried to dive and catch it. If he didn't dive for that, that ball would have easily gotten away. That's for sure. I didn't know that. That's a great fact. Yeah, see, this is what I bring. You know what I'm saying? Like you can look up like certain things, okay? Like what's somebody's batting average? Like that's cool. But there's something to like talking about players' backgrounds and like doing that research, because that to me is like what makes broadcasting still so freaking cool. You know? So like I love presenting stuff on both sides because I feel like that it makes the whole story more interesting. So they're still reviewing this. Chris Guccione is going over to talk to the other two umpires. Let's see here. So I think that so Turner initially bobbled the baseball. He had to improvise and make a sidearm throw over to second base. He knew that he wasn't going to get the runner out over at first. And throw over to second was just a little bit wide, but Stott was able to, I think, keep his right elbow on the bag and catch it to get the force out at second base. Now they're going to review this. So they are going to say that the runner is out at second base. Thank goodness. And it's just going to go as a 6-4 fielder's choice, but I don't know if they're going to call it an air still on Trey Turner or not, but that is just a fundamental baseball play that it's another one that you just have to be better at. So that'll bring up Jeff McNeil, who comes up to the plate. So Lindor grounds into a 6-4 fielder's choice. 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. McNeil steps up to the plate, and the first pitch is down low and outside. So the Phillies won their challenge. The initial rule was that the runner at second base was safe. Jeff McNeil comes up. He's 1 for 2 today with an RBI single. 1 ball, no strikes to McNeil. Pitch. Ground ball over to shortstop. Edmundo Sosa fields it on a hop. The throw over to second. There's 1. The throw back to first by Stott is not in time. It was a little dribbler that was played on maybe a couple of hops by Sosa. And there's 2 outs. Oh, boy. So that'll go down as a 5-6 fielder's choice, or a 5-4 fielder's choice, I should say. Big ground out, though, by Matt Strom. And now there's 2 outs, and Pete Alonso comes up. And he takes the first pitch on the, just a little bit inside. Oh, man, that was an interesting call, to say the least. So Alonso will step up to the plate. It's 1 ball, no strikes. The kick and the pitch. Line drive foul down the third base line. That was a rocket. Oh, my gosh. Pete Alonso from Tampa, Florida. He's now 28 years old. He's played for the Mets since 2019. He had 53 home runs in his rookie season. That's when he won the home run derby and, well, led rookies with most home runs. 1-2 pitch, or the 1-1 pitch was swung on and missed. He had 53 home runs his rookie season, 120 RBI. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch to Alonso, swing and a miss. 94 miles per hour on the gun. He could not catch up to the fastball. And we go to the top of the 6th inning. So the Phillies, escaped the inning unscathed. And we go to the top of the 6th. Phillies down 3-2. Is that the correct term, unscathed? This is why we do this, because we're getting practice. I would have never said that. Unscathed. Okay, there we go. Unscathed. Okay. But yes, that was a good heater. This is why we do this, though, because sometimes, I want to try new vocabulary, try new things. If I was doing this like for an actual team, I probably wouldn't have said that. But yes, unscathed. Unscathed. Yep. There we go. If you guys are brand new to my channel, I hope you're all doing well. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. Make sure that you like, make sure you subscribe. Please make sure that you guys do that. We do almost every single Phillies game. We also do 76ers basketball, Flyers hockey, and Patriots football as well. We started this channel 5 months ago. I'm a broadcaster from South Jersey. I went to school at Rowan University, graduated last year, interned at NFL Films, and started this channel while I was interning at NFL Films. So, yes, I wanted to make sure that I got some reps, come on here, interact with you guys, and, we're working our way up to 500 subscribers. We started this channel on December 22nd. We really started this back in November, but it was really just for highlight reels and demos that I did while I was in school and while I called games for minor league baseball and for NBA G League basketball. But this turned into a channel where we call games for professional sports, man. Call games for the teams that we love, and we want to build a following and build a family of people. So please make sure that you like and subscribe. Trey comes up to the plate to lead off the top of the 6th inning, and the first pitch is at the knees for a called strike. So I didn't necessarily see if they ruled the play by Trey Turner as an error. I have to double check, though. The 0-1 pitch swung on and missed on a curveball for strike 2. So they did not rule it as an error. If the call wouldn't have been overturned, definitely would have been an error. No balls, 2 strikes, the kick, and the pitch by Scherzer. Outside and low, a slider at 82 on the gun. Phillies are here in the top of the 6th inning. They are down 3-2. They scored 2 runs in the top of the 1st, thanks to a single by Trey Turner, and then Harper would then walk, and then Turner would score on a throwing error over behind the play by Francisco Alvarez as he was trying to go over to third base. Pitch is fouled back. The throwing error would allow him to score. Harper would then go over to third, and Castellanos would then hit a sac fly. And that would put the Phillies up 2-0. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch to Scherzer. From Scherzer. It's fouled back. Then the Mets would get one back. It would be on a RBI single by Jeff McNeil in the bottom of the 3rd. And then in the bottom of the 4th, Mark Hanna, the Phillies killer, hit a 2-run home run. 1-2 pitch. Just a little bit outside for ball 2. It's a little weird because Tripp has been calling those pitches so far today. But he didn't call it that time. And it was a ball. The 2-2 pitch by Scherzer. Fouled off. Good at bat by Turner to just keep himself alive here. 95 miles per hour. Max has 81 pitches today. He's only allowed 2 runs. He has been pretty dominant on the bump. 2-2 pitch. Laid off. Good take by Turner. On a changeup at 83 miles per hour, and that makes the count full. Scherzer has gone 5 innings. He's only allowed 1 earned run. And he has 6 strikeouts. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch by Scherzer. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 7. Or number 8, I should say. Nope, it is number 7 by Max Scherzer. I was looking at the scoreboard over here, and I always forget that this is ahead. So, got to go with my gut. So Turner does strike out, and that is how we start off the top of the 6th inning. And that'll bring up Bryce Harper. Harper lifts that one high and deep out to center field. It's not too deep, though. Nimmo gets underneath it and catches it for out number 2. Harper certainly hit it pretty sharply, but lined out to center. That'll leave things up to Nick Castellanos. Nick today is 1 for 1. He's singled and got a sac fly against Max Scherzer. His batting average is at .293. Castellanos rips that one out to left field, and that'll drop in for a base hit. So Castellanos gets on for the third time today. And he gets on with a single. All right, Star Wars, this is the last time I'm warning you, my guy. Kyle Schwarber comes up, and he swings and misses at the first pitch. Throw back over to first is not in time. It's now no balls and 2 strikes. Well, June is here, and hopefully Kyle Schwarber can try to come up with a long ball. No balls, 2 strikes. Scherzer kicks, steals the pitch. Ground ball back up the middle, gobbled up, though, by Lindor. The throw over to first is in plenty of time for out number 3. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Mets up 3-2. No runs, 1 man left. Phillies down 3-2. All right. All right. Yeah, Star Wars, this is the last time I'm warning you, my guy. I've been really nice, and, you know, I just don't want any spoilers on here. That's all. That's all I ask for. All right. All right, I'm going to take a very quick step off. I need to stretch for a quick second, but I will be right back in just a few moments. Alrighty, here we go. Hope all is well, man. All right, we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Phillies are down 3-2. 2 balls, no strikes. And that makes the count 1-1. Oh, it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Okay, they reversed the call. Pitch down low for ball 2. That makes it a 2-1 count. If you guys are new to my channel, man, we got 26 people on here, and not all of you have liked. Make sure that you guys do that. I want you to, please make sure that you hit the like button and subscribe. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Fouled back once again. Please, please, please make sure that you hit the like button. Two and two to Brett Beatty as Matt Strom is back out there on the mound for the Phils. 2 seconds left on the pitch clock, and the 2-2 pitch. It's served out to left field. That's going to go all the way towards the wall and split the gap. Marsh gets over there. Beatty's going to get into second base standing up, and the throw is cut off by Trey Turner. A leadoff double to start off the bottom of the 6th. Another breaking pitch that hung right up over the outside part of the plate. Beatty just poked it out to left field. Was able to have some good things happen. Here's Starling Marte, and he swings and misses at the first pitch. No balls, 1 strike in the bottom of the 6th. Phillies are 0 for 1 today with runners in scoring position. The Mets are 2 for 5. Marte does bunt, and it's fair down the third base line. The throw over to first, though, is just in time by Garrett Stubbs. And that'll move Beatty over to third base on the sac bunt by Starling Marte. He's done a pretty good job at that throughout his career. 1 gone in the bottom of the 6th. All right, 1 out. Runner over at third base. Mark Vientos comes in to pinch hit for Daniel Vogelbach. That's what the Mets decide to do. Okay. Vientos comes up. The pitch. Inside and low for a ball. So Vientos comes in to pinch hit. Got the start in the first game of this series for Daniel Vogelbach. The 1-0 is inside and low again for ball 2. The mix of the 2-0 counts to Vientos. Strom still on the bump for the Phillies. He has 23 pitches. The left-handed pitcher played for the San Diego Padres. The 2-0, swing and a miss. A 94-mile-per-hour fastball that Vientos could not catch up to. Mark is 23 years old. As the 2-1 pitch is a check swing, did he go? They appeal no swing. Wow, I'm shocked. They appealed no swing. Let's see if he went. I thought he went. Pretty close call, but the first base umpire, Chris Guccione, says no siree. 3 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Another 95-mile-per-hour fastball. Vientos hitting 192 with 1 homer and 3 RBI on the season. He is 3 for his last 13. Payoff pitch coming right up. Here it is. The kick and the pitch. Fly ball out to center field. Marsh on the run will make the catch. Tagging from third and coming in to score is Beatty. And it's now 4-2 on the sac fly by Mark Vientos. And the Mets have now doubled their lead. Wow. 2 outs, nobody on. Vientos gets the job done. I got to tell you that the Mets made the right play there. Wow. That is a big insurance run by the Mets. And here's Mark Canha. It doesn't get any easier. He hit another home run by the Mets today. He's homered in 2 games in a row. First pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. Bottom of the 6th, Mets lead 4-2. They also lead the series 2-0. They've won the series, but the Phillies are trying to avoid a sweep. The 0-1, up high for ball 1. Pitch clock does reset. Strom getting ready to throw his 30th pitch. Here it comes, the 1-1. Right over the middle of the plate, a slider at 82 miles per hour. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Mark Canha. Canha spent some time with the Oakland Athletics. He has 37 hits coming into today in 153 at-bats. And his 3 hits against the Phillies over the last 2 games have resulted in 2 or more RBI. The 1-2 inside for ball 2. Canha's, this is the first time with home runs in 2 straight games since September 2nd to the 4th of 2012. That's happened for Mark Canha. 2-2 pitch, foul ball. Might go see the Dungeons and Dragons movie horror Among Thieves tonight. Ooh, man, that sounds cool. You like horror movies? That's cool. Nobody on, 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Phillies trail 4-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch outside and high for ball 3. I'm surprised that nobody's warming up in the bullpen just yet because it looks like Strom is getting a little bit fatigued just from his body language. Alvarez waits on deck. The payoff pitch outside for ball 4, and Canha gets on once again with a walk. A 2-out walk this time. And now if you're Caleb Cotham, you're going to want to get that phone ringing. Thompson looking things over with Cotham, and Cotham's going to go head over to the phone right now. Yep. I'm curious to see who he's going to get loosened up. But here's Alvarez, and he swings and misses at the first pitch, a 93-mile-per-hour high heater. Mets are up 4-2 against the Phils. Phillies were up 2-0 in the first, thanks to a throwing error by Francisco Alvarez on a stolen base by Turner over to third. It was really a double steal. Turner would then come in to score, and Harper would then score on the sac fly. 1 ball, 1 strike to Alvarez. Gregory Soto is now warming up in the bullpen for the Phils. Phillies haven't scored since then. The 1-1. Good take by Alvarez as he lays off the slider inside and low. 2 balls, 1 strike. The Mets would then score a run on an RBI single by Jeff McNeil in the bottom of the 3rd and would go ahead on a 2-run home run by Mark Canha in the bottom of the 4th. The 2-1 is way up high for ball 3. They then got an extra insurance run on the RBI sacrifice fly by Mark Vientos, who came in to pinch hit for Daniel Vogelbach. 3 balls, 1 strike to Francisco Alvarez. Over at first base is Mark Canha, who just walked. Strom on the bump for the Phils. He came on in relief for Taijuan Walker, who went 4 innings today. 3 balls, 1 strike. Strom kicks, steals the pitch. Fly ball, fouled. And that'll make the count full at 3-2. Stubbs wants to call for time and just go over some signs, and that's what he's going to do. And now Alvarez calls for time. Brandon Nimmo waits on deck. He has gotten on base twice and scored a run as well. Three balls, 2 strikes. Strom kicks, steals the payoff pitch. Foul ball, and he'll have to go at it again. It landed up right behind home plate. And Alvarez doing a good job at battling. Alvarez has 28 hits and 108 at-bats. He's played in 34 games coming into today. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the kick and the pitch. Fly ball out to right center field. Marsh says he has it as he comes in, takes 1 step over to right field, and he makes the catch for the 3rd and final out of the inning. The Mets do, however, get a big insurance run on the sac fly by Mark Vientos. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Brandon Marsh will lead things off for the Phils once they return. Okay. Hello, guys. If you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon as well. I love you all so much, and I can't thank you enough for coming on here. The goal is to get to 450 subscribers by the end of today, man. We come on for almost every single Phillies game. I'm a play-by-play announcer from South Jersey. I've been doing this for about 5 months. I call Sixers games. I also do Phillies games as well, Flyers hockey, and Patriots football as well. We also do podcasts. We'll be doing our Phillies series recap on here. Definitely, if you guys are Mets fans, I don't care. I'm happy that you guys are on here enjoying this cast for sure. We welcome all fans on here. The only thing I ask you to do is just to make sure that you like and subscribe, and make sure that you continue to come on here for sure. All right. Yeah. Let's see how many people we got on here. How many people we got on here, guys? We got 32 people. Oh, man. How many likes do we have right now? I can't see. Let's see. How many people do we have? We got 18 likes. Man, if you guys haven't done so already, like it up, sub it up, and do all that jazz, man. All that jazz. Where are we? Okay. Top of the 7th inning we go. The goal is to get to 450 subscribers by the end of this cast. Max Scherzer has been on another level. He's been absolutely dominant for the New York Mets and continues to do really well. In his last outing against the Rockies, he went 7 strong innings. He had 8 strikeouts, only allowed 1 earned run, and 6 hits and no walks. All right. No balls, 1 strike to Brandon Marsh. Scherzer back out there for his 7th inning of work. Phillies down 4-2 against the Mets. The second pitch is a check swing, but he went around, says the home plate umpire. No balls, 2 strikes to Brandon Marsh, who singled back in the 4th inning. Marsh, the one positive that's been coming out of this series for the Phillies is that Brandon Marsh has been starting to hit the ball a little bit better. Scherzer kicks, delivers the pitch inside and low for ball 1. Phillies will go on to face the Washington Nationals. They go back home at Citizens Bank Park and play them tomorrow night at 7:05. We'll be on for that call, along with the 4:05 call on Saturday afternoon. 1-2 pitch. Inside and low, a curveball at 75 on the gun. Brandon Marsh said no thank you to the offer. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock. The 2-2 pitch by Scherzer. Swing and a miss. A four-seam fastball at 93 on the gun. And that is now another strikeout by Scherzer. Strikeout number 8. And one gone in the top of the 7th. Cody Clemens due up at the plate as he steps in to the batter's box. Phillies in their red uniforms along with their gray pants. 1 ball, no strikes as the first pitch was way inside for a ball. Beautiful afternoon at Citi Field. The 1-0 pitch. Grounded foul down the first base line. Scherzer has 96 pitches. Max coming into today has 3,232 strikeouts. He just hit 3,240. The next pitch is popped up behind the plate, and Alvarez still has room, and he makes the catch. He didn't even have to take the mask off. And Clemens is retired. There's now 2 gone. All right, here's Edmundo Sosa now. Sosa today is 0 for 2. He is struck out and fouled out. First pitch. Fouled off. So Max now is 12th on the all-time list in all-time strikeouts, and right behind him is his teammate, Justin Verlander, with 3,220. The 0-1 fouled back towards the screen, and it's now 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Swinging just a foul ball. Oh, man, he just cut a piece of that. Scherzer has just hit the century mark. Nobody on 2 outs in the top of the 2nd, or the top of the 7th inning, I should say. Scherzer kicks, steals the pitch, swing and a miss. 94 on the gun, and another strikeout by Max Scherzer. And that'll do it as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. He gets a standing ovation from the crowd at Citi Field. And the Phillies trail 4-2 as we go to the bottom of the 7th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right, that's 9 strikeouts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, okay. Well, man, when Mad Max is dealing, this is what competitors do. Like I have like the ultimate respect for Max Scherzer, man. Like, just what I was saying, like, you look at the top competitors, right, in, like, the big 4 sports. Like, you have Max Scherzer, you have Sidney Crosby, LeBron James, right? Like, these top competitors at these high levels. You know, Aaron Rodgers, you know, being another one. Patrick Mahomes. Like, these are, like, transcendent talents. And you have to respect them for their game. You just have to. Justin Verlander's another one of those guys. I love you all so much, and I'm so happy that we've had more and more people join our family. We got 29 awesome people on here. Make sure that you like and make sure that you subscribe. We do almost every single Phillies game, and we try to come on here as much as possible. Now, for not just the Phillies, but for the Sixers as well. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell icon. We're 3 subscribers away from reaching 450 subscribers. That's it. That's it. We'll also be back on tonight for our Phillies series recap pod. And we will rage for sure. Don't you worry. Don't you worry, Phillies fans. We're going to rage. But we're keeping it at this level, obviously, as of right now. Please make sure that you join the call tonight if you want to lift out your frustration on this team, because that's what we're going to do. This is going to be a venting session. I'm going to warn you that right now. Make sure that you join the Discord server down below if you guys want to get your voices heard on the podcast tonight. Join the Discord server. You guys can have a conversation with me as I'm live, and we can talk about the struggles that this team has been having and go from there. We will also go on after the Phillies series recap pod for a Nick Nurse podcast and talk about what Nick Nurse brings to the table for the Sixers and go over some quotes that he said today. Gregory Soto is on the mound for the Phils. It's now 1-1 to Brandon Nimmo. Nimmo today is 1 for 2. He's hitting .296 on the season with 4 homers and 21 RBI. The 0-2 pitch, down low and outside for a ball. He has walked and singled and scored a run as well. We'll get to Soto's stats in just a few moments. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch served out to left field, but it's fouled. So Soto was acquired from the Phillies during the offseason from the Detroit Tigers. And this is a guy that they had a lot of hopes for. He can throw 100 miles per hour with the fastball and has some pretty good pitches otherwise as well. 1-2 pitch, 99 on the gun, but it just misses. Just misses. Two balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Foul ball. Over to the third base side. Sosa on the run, and he just makes the catch as he almost tripped over the backstop by the third base side. There's Mr. Met signaling shoo as he's over to the third base side. Now that's funny. Sosa had to laugh. And there's 1 gone. So Nimmo fouls out over to third base. And Francisco Lindor comes up the pitch, taken down low for a ball. All right, so Gregory Soto on the season for the Phillies. Well, he's pitched in 22 innings as the 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed for a strike. Stands at 6-1. He has a 5.73 ERA, 27 strikeouts in those innings of work. And he's also allowed 17 hits. The 1-1 inside and low for ball 2. They're actually projecting Gregory Soto to go 64 2/3 of an inning with the pace that he's on right now and play in 74 games. The 2-1 pitch is popped up to right field. Castellanos battling the sun, and he catches it for the second out. Phillies have had 3 losing streaks this season. The longest ones were from March 30th to April 3rd. Then they had one from April 30th to May 6th. They had a 3-game losing streak, a 6-game losing streak, and a 4. And now they're back on a 3-game losing streak again. The 1-0 pitch, taken at the knees for a called strike to Jeff McNeil. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Good fastball thrown by Gregory Soto. On deck is Pete Alonso. The 0-2. Fly ball out to left field, and it just stays foul. Not by much, though. If you guys didn't know this, I actually just learned this yesterday. Okay, Jeff McNeil actually only played 1 season of baseball. That was his senior year. The 0-2 pitch. It's fouled again. He was actually focused on golf, and he played that into the spring of his senior year, but then was actually forced to switch to baseball after a disappointing outing that he had in the 2009 U.S. Junior Amateur Golf Championship. No balls, 2 strikes. McNeil calls for time, and he steps out of the batter's box. So then he got a scholarship to play baseball at Cal State Northridge due to his performance in summer ball. The 0-2. Ground ball back up towards Gregory Soto, and the throw over to first is in plenty of time for out number 3. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Phillies down to their final 6 outs. Soto comes in and gets a 1-2-3 bottom of the 7th. Phillies down 4-2. So yeah, how many of you actually knew that? Bats? Oh man, we forgot to bring bats. I know. But yeah, how many of you actually knew that about Jeff McNeil? That he didn't even play like competitive baseball until his senior year of high school. I thought that was a really cool story. Again, these are things that, you know, this is why broadcasting is still a thing. Because you can take numbers, you can like look up numbers and stuff like that, but you can't look up, I mean, you can still look up stories, but that's not like what's out there on the internet. I had no idea. Yeah, exactly. I didn't know that until yesterday. I really didn't. This is what happens when you do your research. And I thought that was a good time to implement that story. And some stories, like, I don't even implement. But I've also realized that, like, when I'm doing this, because it's a series and I'm doing this, like, every single day, it's okay if I don't get to one storyline, like, the next day. You know? You played more high school baseball than him. Yeah, I bet you did. If you guys are brand new to my channel, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. We have 30 people on here, man. 30 people. We just reached 20 likes. Don't forget to subscribe. If you guys also would like to donate to the channel, you guys don't have to. You can go follow the LINKTREE. The link is posted down below. It's actually pinned at the very top of the chat as well. You can donate. We take PayPal. We also take Venmo as well. And from the LINKTREE, you can also go follow me on all the social media platforms out there as well. So, all right. JT comes in to pinch hit for the Phils. The first pitch is inside for a ball. Jeff Brigham comes in to pitch for the Mets. He has a 3.44 ERA and 18 1/3 of an inning of work, 22 strikeouts, and only 5 walks issued. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Opponents are hitting 145 against him this season. Realmuto hitting 257. That's how much his batting average has plummeted. His 3 homers and 17 RBI. The 1-1. Fouled back towards the screen. JT was a big-time athlete when he was in high school. And he's a very athletic catcher. 1-2 pitch, ground ball. Back up to Francisco Lindor, and the throw over to first is in plenty of time for out number 1. He got jammed on the pitch by Brigham. Yep. So Stubbs, his day is done as JT came in to pinch hit for him. And he grounds out over to first. And that'll bring up Bryson Stott. 1 out in the top of the 8th. The first pitch is on the outside corner for a called strike. Stott today is 0 for 3. He has struck out, grounded into a double play, and flied out as well. His batting average has gone down to 286. The 0-1, oh man, that was a pitch that was outside, but not according to the home plate umpire. and it's an 0-2 count, and Stott will call for time here. Shaking his head no. Phillies have not scored a run since the first inning. They scored 2 in the first, and that's it. They also haven't had a hit in quite some time. The 0-2 pitch is served foul. They actually did get 2 hits from Nick Castellanos today. That was in the 4th and in the 6th inning, but haven't really gotten a whole lot of base runners on. No balls, 2 strikes. Brigham gets set, kick steals the pitch, foul ball. Stott leads the league in 2-strike base hits. The person right behind him is Freddie Freeman. On deck is Trey Turner, who was struck out in his last 2 at-bats. But he did single back in the first and scored the first run. No balls, 2 strikes, the kick and the pitch. Another pop-up, but this time it goes behind the plate. So Max Scherzer, his day is done as Brigham comes in to pitch for him. The 0-2 pitch. Good take by Bryson Stott, and it's now a 1-2 count. Scherzer has been absolutely tremendous over his last couple of outings for the Mets. He's in line to get his 5th win of the season. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 seconds left on the pitch clock. Brigham gets set, kicks, fires the pitch, swing and a miss. And Bryson Stott strikes out on a 91-mile-per-hour fastball. It was outside and high, and Stott could not catch up to it. And there's 2 gone. Well, the good news is that if Trey Turner does get out here, I'm just saying hypothetically, Bryce Harper would then lead off the 9th. If the Phillies could get out of the bottom of the 8th, that would be really huge. I'm not saying that Trey Turner is going to get out. I'm just saying that if he does. 1 ball, no strikes to Trey. And the 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss on a fastball at 95 on the gun. Harper, Castellanos, and Schwarber are up next. The 1-1, way up high for ball 2. The 2-1 popped up towards left field, over towards the third base side, actually. It's in foul territory, and coming in to make the catch is Beatty for out number 3. 1, 2, 3 go the Phils. They're down by 2. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Pete Alonso will lead things off for the Mets, as the Mets are trying to go for the sweep. There's a lot to be said, and trust me, we'll talk about it during the post-series pod. Please make sure that you come on for that. We'll be going on at 8 o'clock p.m. tonight. I want to hear what your thoughts are. I want to hear your frustrations about this team. We're going to go off. Trust me, we definitely will. We're just keeping it together right now because we're in broadcasting mode. That's how it is for me. But we are definitely keeping it together, for sure. Please make sure that you come on for the post-series podcast and join the Discord server, because we will have a voice chat and you guys can talk about your frustrations about the Phillies, or if you're a Mets fan and you want to come on and give your opinions about the series, as long as you don't bash us too hard, that's totally fine. You can totally come on and do that for sure. I'm Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell icon as well so that way you know when I upload. We go on for almost every single Phillies game. We also do Sixers play-by-play as well, and Sixers pods. We'll have a Nick Nurse podcast tonight after the Phillies series pod. They'll probably be at about 10 o'clock or so. And then tomorrow we'll go on to talk about Keith Jones and the Flyers. So, yes, we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Pete Alonso is coming up for the New York Mets, and he would lead things off for them. Beautiful afternoon at Citi Field. We need 3 more subscribers to reach 450, guys. 3 more. My call to action for you guys is to make sure that you smash the subscribe button and smash the like button. Okay, if there's one thing that you take away from this game, if it's a Phillies win or a Phillies loss, also take away a subscription and a like as well. Craig Kimbrell will come out to pitch the bottom of the 8th inning, as the Phillies are down 4-2. Kimbrell in 22 outings this season is a 5.85 ERA. He's 7 for 7 in save opportunities. This is not a save opportunity, but he has 32 strikeouts and 11 walks allowed. Pete Alonso comes up, and the first pitch to Alonso is on the outside. Oh, man, it looked like it was on the outside corner, but not according to the home plate umpire. That makes it a 1-0 count. And if you just subscribe to my channel, make sure that you shout yourself out. Please make sure that you do that, because I would love to give you a shout out. All right, 1 ball, 1 strike to Alonso. Alonso today is 0 for 2, as I mentioned. But he did walk back in the second. The 1-1. Fouled back to the screen. 97 miles per hour on the gun. Scherzer went 7 strong innings today for the Mets. He had 9 strikeouts and only 1 earned run allowed. Only gave up 5 hits too. Jeff Brigham came in to pitch the 8th inning and got himself a 1-2-3 inning. The 1-2 pitch by Kimbrell fouled back. Taijuan Walker, on the other hand, went 4 innings for the Phillies. He had 2 strikeouts, gave up 2 hits, 3 earned runs, 3 walks on 74 pitches. And Matt Strom came on in relief to pitch 2 innings for him. And he only surrendered 1 earned run and 1 strikeout. 1-2 pitch, just a little bit off the plate for ball 2. Soto would then pitch the last inning, and he got himself a 1-2-3 inning, and here's Craig Kimbrell pitching the bottom of the 8th. Phillies bullpen has been really solid in this series for the most part. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Pete Alonso in the bottom of the 8th. The kick, the pitch, line drive over to second base, played on a hop by Stott. The throw over to first is in time, and Alonso is retired. It was a hot shot hit over to Stott, and good thing he played that thing on a hop, because I think it would have been really hard for him to pick that thing off. 1 down. And Brett Beatty comes up. Beatty grounded into a 4-6 fielder's choice in the 2nd inning. Also grounded out to first in the 4th. And had a single in his last at-bat up the middle. First pitch. It's taken up high for ball 1. Beatty is hitting .242 this season with 4 homers and 15 RBI. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. What's up, Megan? I appreciate you for coming on here. As always, man. Megan in the house. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kimbrell on the bump. Gets ready, kicks, fires the pitch. Swing and a miss. 96 miles per hour. A high fastball thrown by Craig Kimbrell. Had a lot of heat on it. Padres are up 10-1 against the Marlins. Blue Jays up 3-1 against the Brewers. That's in the top of the 9th with 2 outs. Brewers have their last chance. 1-2 pitch. Fly ball out to left field. The wind is carrying it. But Schwarber gets underneath it, tracks it down, and catches it for out number 2. Starling Marte, who stole a base his last time up and got on with a sac bunt, is due up. Actually stole a base back in the 4th inning after he got hit by a pitch. Then he had the sacrifice bunt. And that would put Beatty over at third base as Mark Vientos would come in to hit the sac fly to give the Mets a huge insurance run. First pitch, down low and outside for a ball. Phillies will have Harper, Castellanos, and Schwarber come up in the 9th inning. The 1-0. Swinging a ground ball over to second base. Stott fields it cleanly, throws across the diamond, and plenty of time for out number 3. Well, the Phillies are now 3 outs away from getting swept by the New York Mets. Can they keep this game alive? That remains to be seen. As we go to the top of the 9th, David Robertson most likely will come in to close once again. All right. Before we go to the 9th inning, make sure that you like and subscribe and hit the bell icon as well. All righty, guys. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all having yourselves an awesome day. And we'll talk more about this game afterwards. But it's tough. It's tough, like, keeping the fan in you in check, for sure. But it's what we got to do, for sure. It was really tough to do it when I was doing Sixers games, and I was really, 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 really trying not to let it get to me. But that was a good learning experience. Because some of you guys root for the opposition on here, you know what I'm saying? We got 30 people lighting it up in this chat, man. We've been averaging about 20 people for over the last couple of weeks or so, which is awesome. Please make sure that you like and subscribe. I know I keep saying it, but I got to keep reminding you guys because you guys keep tuning in and out. And some of you guys are busy, you guys are at work, you guys are on the road, you're having conversations, with your loved ones or anything like that. So I got to keep reminding you guys to make sure that you like and subscribe. That's just a must, man. Guys don't want to miss any sort of content from me, JJ. All right, top of the 9th we go. Phillies down to their final 3 outs as they trail 4-2. They scored 2 in the first inning. Turner singled, Harper walked, and then they tried to do a double steal. And Alvarez, who made the throw over to third base to try to get Trey Turner, overthrew the baseball out into left field. Turner would then come in to score. Harper would go over to third and then score on the sacrifice fly hit by Nick Castellanos. Okay. Brooks Raleigh will come in to pitch the 9th inning, so it won't be David Robertson. Raleigh in 22 games is 1 for 2 in save opportunities. He has a 2.95 ERA in 18 1/3 of an inning of work. Harper will lead things off for the Phils. He's 0 for 2 today. He walked in the first, scored a run on the sac fly by Castellanos, and stole a base. First pitch to Bryce Harper. Down low for ball 1. On deck is Castellanos. Phillies trail 4-2 as we start off the 9th inning. The 1-0. A sinking fastball taken right down the middle for a called strike. Harper is 0 for 1 in his career versus Brooks Raleigh. The 1-1 pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. And that's taken all the way, a sweeper at 89 miles per hour. We're 2 subscribers away, guys, from 450. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. There we go. 1 out in the top of the 9th. And Raleigh gets his second strikeout against Bryce Harper in Bryce's career. But there's 1 gone in the 9th. 3 pitches and a strikeout, and there's 1 gone. Nick Castellanos comes up to the plate for the Phils. He's been the only bright spot today. And he takes the first pitch just a little bit up high for a ball. Nick is 2 for 2 with 2 singles, a sac fly, and just 1 RBI. The 1-0 to Castellanos. Strike called, taken at the knees on the outside corner. A sweeper at 89 miles per hour. 1 out, nobody on in the top of the 9th. Phillies trying to at least get the tying run to come up. The 1-1 swing and a miss. The cutter was inside, and Castellanos tried to have a defensive swing, and he couldn't even catch up to it. Schwarber waits on deck. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Raleigh gets the signs from Alvarez. And they call time just for a quick second, but set back up. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The kick and the pitch to Castellanos all the way outside, taken down low. A changeup at 85 on the gun. Alex, thank you, man. I really appreciate it so much. We come on here almost every day, man. So if you guys really enjoyed this, make sure you keep coming back, man. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Raleigh gets the signs from Alvarez. Kicks, fires the 2-2 pitch. Ground ball back up the middle for a base hit. And the Phillies get the tying run to come up to the plate. Castellanos with 3 singles today. He's had 4 productive at-bats, including the sac fly back in the first. And Kyle Schwarber's now due up for the Phils. Boy, 1 swing of the bat could do a lot of damage. And let's see. Schwarber's 0 for 3 today. He flew out, struck out, and grounded out. And he has the sunglasses on. The first pitch is a called strike right at the knees on the outside corner. A sinker at 91 miles per hour. Raleigh with 10 pitches so far. He comes on to pitch the 9th, the 0-1. Good take. It was in almost the same exact spot, but just a tad bit lower. Schwarber is 0 for 2 in his career versus Brooks Raleigh. He has struck out once. Throw back over to first is not in time. So Castellanos got on with a 1-out single as Harper struck out to start off the 9th. Phillies down 4-2. Schwarber representing the tying run. The 1-1 pitch. Low and outside for ball 2. The sinker reached at 90 miles per hour. So Robertson closed the deal in the first 2 games, and Buck Showalter decides to go with Raleigh here. The 2-1 pitch to Schwarber. Oh, man, he should have swung at that pitch. It was a sweeper at 82 miles per hour right down the heart and soul of the plate. And he knew it was coming. The count is even at 2-2. Marsh waits on deck. The kick, the pitch. Good take by Schwarber as he lays off the sweeper that's in the dirt. And the count is full at 3-2. The pitch of the game coming right up in just a few moments. Raleigh gets the signs from Alvarez. Payoff pitch coming right up. Castellanos at first. 1 out in the 9th. The 3-2 pitch. Swinging a line drive. Foul down the right field line. A hanging sweeper at 89 miles per hour. And Schwarber hit a rocket, but it was just a little bit early. And he'll try to go back at it again. Infield playing at a pretty normal depth. So is the outfield. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the kick and the pitch. On the outside corner, called strike 3. And to be completely honest with you, it was way off the plate. My goodness. And Schwarber arguing with the home plate umpire. He's still having some words. That pitch was way outside. Absolutely frustrating. It was not even close. But there's 2 gone nonetheless in the top of the 9th. And Schwarber gets called out on strikes, and Brandon Marsh will come up to the plate now. And Alvarez wants to go over some signs here. And now, Someone said they're heading back to the. Who's heading back to the dugout? Buck Showalter's going to come out, and I think that's going to be it for Raleigh. Drew Ellis will come in to pinch hit. Wow. And that is going to be it, and Schwarber's still nodding his head. So Showalter comes in, and there's going to be a pitching change with 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Dude, that pitch was way off the plate. It was not even close. Of course, like it happens. Oh, boy. If you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. I really appreciate you guys for being on here. My name is Jason Joseph. I'm a broadcaster from South Jersey. We need one more subscriber to reach 450, man. We've been doing this for 5 months. The grind never stops. I love you all so much for being on here. We do almost every single Phillies game. Yeah, so Drew Ellis got the call up for Alec Boehm as he went on the injured list today. He has a hamstring issue. And Ellis, who hit .260 in AAA this season, is coming up to the plate. He just got called up by the team in honor of that. What's up, Hooba? What's up? I need the Phillies to win this game. Well, we're 1 out. Apple Attack's on here. It's funny how everything else can get challenged nowadays, but a bad strike call off the plate can't. Dude, that was an awful call. I'm sorry, like, that pitch was way off. Like, it does make a difference. It just does. We got 40 people on here, man. That is awesome. 40 people. Man, we've been working so hard to get even more people to come on here. Please make sure that you like and subscribe. And if you just subscribe to my channel, shout yourself out. And that way I'll give you a shout out as well. I don't always get the notifications on my phone. So we are almost halfway done of trying to get monetized, which is awesome. All right, top of the 9th, 2 outs. Castellanos over at first. We do have a new pitcher coming in for the Mets. And Ellis is now due up at the plate for the Phils. So Drew Smith comes in. He's 3-1 on the season. In 20 games this season, he has a 3.93 ERA, 18 1/3 of an inning, 23 strikeouts, only 2 home runs allowed. Oh, man. And Drew Ellis comes up. He's in .269 with 8 homers and 27 RBI in AA and AAA this season. Came up for Alec Boehm, and he swings and hits the first pitch up to shallow center field. It's not too deep. Nimmo comes in, makes the catch, and that'll do it. 1 pitch and 1 out by Drew Smith, and the Phillies get swept by the Mets at Citi Field. A disappointing series for the Philadelphia Phillies as they only put up 3 runs. That's it. The Phillies could not have any sort of answers. The Mets are 17-4 now in their last 21 games against the Phillies. They couldn't get a runner even to second base in the first game as they got shut out by the Mets. And, well, the Mets pitching just outdueled the Phillies hitting as they continued the struggle, and the Phillies are now 25-31 on the season. The Mets, on the other hand, are 30-27, and they are now 15-9 at home. They've now won another series against the Phillies, and they have continued to just dominate against Philadelphia over the last couple of years. We'll be back on later tonight to talk more about it. We'll have a Phillies series recap pod, and we'll definitely let out our frustration, and we'll talk about everything, and it's going to get a little bit heated tonight, just so you guys know. So, there may be a little bit of some yelling, so. But yes, I really appreciate you guys so much for coming on here. I love you all so much. You guys are the best. Please make sure that you join the Discord server. If you guys want to come on and voice your opinion about this series, we'll be going on for that tonight. That'll be at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. We also have a Nick Nurse podcast as well. We'll go over what the Sixers' new head coach said in today's press conference. And we will be back tomorrow as well for the Phillies Nationals game tomorrow night. So, yes, very disappointing. Very, 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 very disappointing. And I don't know how we get back up. But yes, I love you guys so much. You guys are the best. And that's going to wrap things up. Alex, thanks for coming on here. Huba, thanks for coming on here. Shout out to all you guys. Larry, as always. Star Wars, as always. Gabe. You guys are all the best, and I love you all so much. And we reached 450 subscribers. If you guys haven't done so already, please make sure that you smash the like button and hit the subscribe button as well. And yeah, that's going to wrap things up here. I'm Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. Have yourselves a great afternoon, and I will catch you all on the next one.